Namaste. I'm Mona Flynn, and today we are going to learn how to use a strap held behind us, anchored by our feet, to create traction for the neck to the shoulder area. First, we'll learn how to adjust the strap. I have an 8-foot strap, and creating a loop that does not have a give, I want to come up through the center and down through the end, and I'll be able to pull the strap and create the length that I use that then does not give. I happen to have a pre-measured one that suits the length that is right for me. As I step into the loop, I want to keep the tail near where I can make an adjustment. And I want to show that I will step from behind, and as I step from behind, I can catch the fingers, and I have this lovely tug that includes traction for the wrists, the elbows, the shoulders, the neck, and the spine. What I found effective through my practice is to actually park it under my front foot at the balls of the feet, where you can see. And then as I stand, I want to be sure not to hyperextend, but to lift the pelvic floor, draw the lower abdominals up and in, spread the collarbones, and find that tugging at the strap actually helps me remember all of this. I am inclined to reach into the inner heels, which helps to lift the pelvic floor, which aids in lifting the lower abdominals and keeps me from hyperextending. At first, I want to spend a good 30 seconds to a minute right here in the center, in this place of symmetry, and begin to, through awareness, through deep breathing, understand any habitual patterns of gripping, allow my breath to help me release them, and allow the tractioning effect to aid all of that. I can then turn my head and affect where the tractioning effect can travel. If I look to one side and down, then the other side of the neck, the sternocleidomastoid that runs from the back of the ear through to the inside of the collarbone, it gets a little bit of extra tug, it tells me. I can lift my head and continue to look over the shoulder using my backing up the car muscles. I can come back to center and drop the ear to the shoulder and find different areas of the neck through to the shoulder, taking on more of the effect of the release. A little bit goes a long way here. I feel like I'm dropping my head well over, but I'm actually only going a small amount of distance. And then returning to center to just feel how that side is now different. So as I do the second side, I'm going to turn so that you can perhaps see a little bit better what I am doing. I want to step into the loop and hold it underneath the front of the foot, underneath the balls of the feet. I want to adjust and make sure there is no hyperextension. And then I will look in the other direction and down, making it a point to not hold my breath, but to use the informative aspects of deep breathing to help undo tension patterns. From being there, I can lift my head and continue by looking over the shoulder and behind. It is not important to go as far as you absolutely can. It is better to keep this a comfortable challenge, to build time, and to keep all actions constant and light. Coming back to center, I can drop the ear to the shoulder and find that this small angle is very effective. I am not collapsing in the side where I am contracting. Because my fingers are tugging at the strap, there is a continued traction. And then back to center. I'd like to share with you more my favorite aspect of the benefit of this particular practice. When my hands tug and my legs push and I have traction, what is in part happening is that the extensors of the spine, especially the smaller muscles that run alongside the spinal column, that run between the vertebra and the ribs, they are also working a little bit harder than usual to reach up against gravity. And therefore, they are allowing more space between each disc. This is a wonderful, tricky way to strengthen and tone those smaller muscles, not just necessarily the bigger, more superficial extensors of the spine. And it is, in fact, the fruit of the labor that we are really after. So enjoy and experiment, explore in this very gentle preparation. Share with us your experience. We all grow as we learn together. Namaste.